Yeah. Captain's mode now has band counts per phase from 3-2-1
10 seconds
to
remaining.
4-1-1.
5 seconds remaining.
Am I thinking into that the wrong way? You got Wisp getting picked up here for Khan. We'll see what Team Empire Hope want to do. Considering they've got the Enchantress support, no Disruptor this time, banned out by Khan. Rubik available if they want to go that way. Get some lockdown added to the Beastmaster. Enchantress could get lockdown here with the Enchant, of course. Have an Ensnare available. So let's see if Team Empire Hope, if they're going to pick up any more lockdown, or if they're going to go to their second support with this lineup. Long time. This is what we saw in the previous game, too. Just a long time through the reserve time in the third pick. And they go to the Dark Will. So, Dark Will is locked down in some ways, where you've got the Bramble Maze as well as the Curse Crown. You can throw out the Terrorize. You terrorize into a Bramble Maze. Gyro with the Wisp is no surprise.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, we'll take a look what Team Empire Hope want to do now with the fourth pick as they come in with their mid, the Storm. I guess they feel as though the lockdown isn't enough to stop this Storm. Homing Missile, as well as the Disruption and the Hoof Stomp. See if Khan can line up the Disruption as well as the Hoof Stomp here for them to get this Storm, but it's going to be tough. Feels like Storm certainly has the ability to have some open space here in this game. And it would be Lightless on this Storm, who played a really good mid on the TA in the previous one. So they ban the Ricky.
10 seconds remaining.
I wonder if Khan are thinking about going into the Medusa themselves over mid.
Dire team pick.
We've seen Medusa safe lane with Naive. Could see Medusa mid for Arrow in this game. He went Mirana last game. It didn't really feel all too effective. They ban out that puck.
10 seconds remaining.
So get rid of that mobility.
5 seconds remaining.
Get rid of that Dream Coil. Get rid of the silence as well. Things that can really mess with the Storm Spirit here. So we'll see what Team Empire Hope want to do in their safe lane, as they've got an okay amount of lockdown. I'd love to see like a Sven or something, but I don't exactly think it would be amazing in this lineup. I just like to see it and see that stun, get that Ags out, Superman forward. They go Bloodseeker, which I like this because you can line this up, get a Rupture, terrorize, send them back, and then follow that up, or even just to set up the Bloodright with Bramble Maze. I like this combination.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So final pick for Khan. We'll see what they want to throw over mid. TA still available, but not exactly amazing here against this lineup. I feel like it would just get destroyed in the early game, potentially. With the lockdown they have, throw Rupture on her. Not certain it's the best hero to go with here for Khan. No, go Invoker. Arrow Invoker. So safe lane Gyro, off lane Centaur, Yamage on the 4 Shadow Demon, 5 Wisp, and Arrow on the Invoker. Ooh, I like those. Let me take a look. Let's take a look at Arrow's Invoker. Two and two, apparently. Oh boy. So not too much to work on with that. 50-50 on the Invoker. We'll see if it works out here up against this Storm. I do like Team Empire Hope's lineup. I feel like it could be very difficult to handle, especially it seems like a very run-at-you kind of lineup with that Bloodseeker. So we'll get a quick disconnect. We'll be paused for a moment. Chat wheel messages are translated to appear in whichever language the receiving player is using. When no enemy creeps are near, towers and barracks have backdoor protection, which lessens the damage they take and allows them to restore their health. Com players almost always make better decisions. All Tier 3 and 4 towers, barracks, and the Ancients share their backdoor protection, which is disabled when an enemy creep is near any part of the base. Placing a ward or unit near a neutral creep camp can prevent the creatures in that camp from respawning at the minute mark. After you have chosen your hero, you can click on the minimap in the lower left to inform your teammates which lane you intend to use when the game begins. Remember, you can inform your teammates that an enemy hero is missing by holding Alt and clicking on that hero's portrait on the top bar.
No, just no.
Positive reinforcement can go a long way toward victory. Chat, you're beautiful. And you do a good job. Storm Spirit is very dependent on having mana to fight. Items and abilities that attack his mana pool, such as Diffusal Blade and Nyx Mana Burn, can be devastating for Storm Spirit. Learning to play as a support will make you a better carry player. Learning to play as a carry will make you a better support player. I have my doubts.
I shall honor your name.
He's in the game. Centaur's Double Edge deals magic damage that can be mitigated by spell resistance by its targets as well as Centaur himself. Using a pipe will allow you to mitigate spell damage from enemy heroes. Silver Edge and Heaven's Halberd do not pierce spell immunity, however, they cannot be dispelled. read that one. Oy. Never give up. Killing an enemy hero is worth more gold and experience if your team is less powerful than your opponents. Use the Hero Demo feature available in the Heroes tab to learn how to play new heroes, practice last hits, or design a look for your favorite hero. Ranged heroes and units have a pseudo-random mischance when attacking uphill. Remember to stand up and stretch between matches. Such coincidence. Be nice to new players. Everyone has started somewhere. The Guardian Greaves were forged to honor the Omniscience. This is still wrong. Anyone can buy wards, dust, and smoke. If your team needs something, don't be afraid to buy it. Carries. Jesus. Mega. Why did he write Mega on the map? Oy. Ooh, my back. Ow. I'm having back spasms here, guys. It really sucks. Remember, everyone has bad games. Everyone makes mistakes.
Oh.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Ah, yes. I know exactly what that says. right. How are you guys doing? Hope all is well. You're enjoying your time here in the pause. What do you guys hope to see in the next Battle Pass? What would you guys like to see in terms of tournaments coming up? Got the We Play charity play. The Chinese region just announced the new association of a league. Got the rivalry no major, no problem event happening right now. Now Invoker's out of the game. Right. Oh yeah. Invoker is back. Want everybody to close their eyes for a moment. Tell us your first impressions of the new patch. Slight changes. I'm trying to still figure out the whole gold change. But somebody will post a graph on it, so I won't have to worry about it. I'd like to see Void Spirit more. I think he's very strong with that Eggs. Like I said, everybody close your eyes. We're going to meditate while we wait for this unpause. Take a deep breath in. Once again. Feel yourself float to the most enjoyable space in your mind. One where you're maybe winning a game of Dota that you are losing in the beginning. We're down 30,000 net worth. Or say maybe you just asked your crush on a date and she said or he said yes. Or maybe you're just out in the nice, bright sun, feeling warm, and excited that the good weather is coming. Oh, we're back. We're good. Here we go. Game 2. Out of the meditation we come and into game 2. Let's get it going, guys. Guys and gals. So we'll see how this goes. You've got Tatake on this Bloodseeker over in the top lane. With Lightless mid on the Storm. That leaves the Beastmaster of Mastery in the off lane, who is yet to move so far. Eknart down bottom. Also here with James, so I wonder if they're going to try and get some sort of first blood here. It might even include a level 1 enchant slow. To a Bramble Maze with Boar.
I won't lie. That was unexpected.
30 seconds to battle.
Dark Willow does show and taking out these trees. An interesting move here to clear these trees out, at least for right now. Will help them over in this bottom lane. I wonder if they're going to keep the Bloodseeker by himself. He should just concede this top bounty rune. I wonder if they do in fact get first blood, if we'll see them end up sending somebody over towards top. They look over at Eknart. He takes Impetus level 1, and Puver gets hit up pretty hard. Impetus does a lot of damage to start this. Not the most amount of regen, but he does have that headdress, so the regen aura coming in. And still, nobody to move over top just yet. Eknart finally pulls off the lane, and yeah, there it is. So there's the TP out. Tatake especially now, being zoned out for a little bit. Bloodright comes down. But the range creep does end up getting denied. I think they ping that out to try and make sure that they got the range creep with the Bloodright, but, well, just a bit of a miscalc there. As it lives with a silver health and immediately denied there by Cheshire Cat. Over mid, Lightless against Arrow. Arrow 4-0 to the 7-0 right now of Lightless.
Denied.
Unpause right away. At least for James, out of mana for the moment. Definitely, not the best feeling to be out of mana, but getting 2 mangoes sent over. And we'll see what the Dark Willow can really get done with this, as James was continuing to just throw Bramble Maze on top of these 2 heroes, but only has enough mana total for 2 shots over. And a third after some regen, but it's not too sustainable for the moment. Just trying to do some damage, open up the lane a little bit here for Mastery. Mastery's got that level 2 going into the Inner Beast, getting that extra attack speed. And it will be boots into the Necro Book like we saw in the previous game for Mastery as well. So Eknart getting hit up pretty hard by the Shadow Poison. Impetus comes in to hit Cheshire Cat. You need to be careful. Yamich is ready here. He's getting a mango sent over. He still has a mango to use. Just the Shadow Poison, the more and more that you're able to just stack up on these Empire Hope heroes, the harder this lane is going to continue to be. Tatake, obviously, he has, ways of sustaining himself. But for the moment, he's actually not into the Blood Rage at all, and it looks like it might be first blood on Eknart. They've got the Shadow Poison even with the Fairy Fire. Cheshire Cat, as well as the Shadow Demon of Yamich, have enough damage to get the kill here on Eknart. So this lane is still sitting pretty difficult here for Tatake. But this was the case in the previous. We saw Lightless do very well against Arrow, but it was Naive and Cheshire Cat who laned really well to start the first game off. But from there, it really did start to fall apart as they were able to take out Naive a couple times. Arrow didn't really feel all too effective. And the breakdown started to occur pretty early on here for Khan. Now this time at least, Lightless dealing with a slim advantage. As he empties out that bottle. Just 12 seconds till the first power rune does end up spawning. If he can get it and refill the bottle, would feel a lot better about this lane. He's got the ward over towards top, but the power rune is bottom. However, Lightless hit with the cold snap, gets low. And, well, Wisp is here to secure the arcane rune. So that bottle goes unfilled, and they'll get a salve over to hold Lightless over for now. So he'll be satiated with that salve. Going into treads, tornado hits. Lightless continuing to be harassed a little bit by Arrow, and Wisp goes down over bottom. Mastery takes a lot of damage on the rocket barrage. He's sitting low. And Eve pops the mango and moves in his boots, but it's the Bramble Maze and the damage coming in with the boars and the right click through that gets the kill there onto the Wisp, and over top once again they'll lose Eknard. So
Stupendous.
couple of kills coming all over the map.
The twins.
Bring Eknard back towards top. Take now just farming this jungle camp, or doing as best he can to farm it. It's taking him quite some time. Just back into the Blood Rage. Heals up off these neutrals.
Radiant are scanning.
Keeping himself healthy. And about the same here for Arrow and Lightless. Arrow finally hits level 6. Lightless, Tornado, EMP, has the ball lightning, but now without mana. Got 2 charges left on that bottle, and things definitely not as easy as they were in the previous game here for Lightless. Arrow doing a much better job on this Invoker. The Mirana just completely getting beat in the previous game, and it was from there that we really didn't see or feel an impact coming in from Arrow, but this game definitely much different. Invis rune picked up for the Shadow Demon, and we'll see what Yamich is able to do with this as he starts to head over towards top, but Cheshire Cat already has the kill on Tatake. Go with bottom, Rocket Barrage, Bramble Maze holds in Naive. Damage done to James, but really not enough to worry about just yet. However, coming back with another Rocket Barrage, things get a little bit difficult. Did use Stampede. They'll throw out some damage here. But the Shadow Realm Strike coming in from James, and then over towards top to Take. At least for now, needs to be cautious. Eknard's not here to help him. They continue to throw Shadow Poison out. They'll bring 4 heroes over towards bottom. They're continuing to go in onto this Bloodseeker. They've got him surrounded, and they'll get the kill onto the Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, over bottom, Naive, he's getting jumped as well. Lightless gets the kill on Naive. They'll look over at the Wisp. Hubbard trying to get away, but ends up dying to the Storm too. So a double kill there for Empire Hope over bottom as they lose the Bloodseeker top. Storm early on makes that rotation out of lane. Bloodseeker sitting level 4 compared to the Centaur at 6. And this is, being with Bloodseeker, getting solo experience. Cheshire Cat gets that tier 1 over towards top, and I think that Empire Hope realize they need to pressure this bottom lane and try to shut down Naive's game as much as Tatake's game's getting shut down. They've brought over the Enchantress. They've got James here as well. They've got enough mana for either the Bramble Maze or the Cursed Crown if they want some lockdown. But Cheshire Cat's not really going to stop. He's going to continue to pressure this lane, and James will be sent over towards top. Going to get that last hit onto the board. Flat Cannon will do it. Yamich comes over. Mastery. He needs to be very careful because there's the disruption with the call down. Mastery's probably dead and will fall. Meanwhile, Cheshire Cat going on to Tatake, who's still level 5. Invoker tries to come over. There's the Electric Vortex. Bloodright not available, so Storm kind of just low and maybe dead to rights. He sits a couple shots from death. He finally goes down. They'll take out Lightless. They've got the silence out into the Invoker, but he's already in Viz going into the Ghost Walk. Cheshire Cat looks at Tatake. Damage being thrown at Arrow from Eknard, but he's only level 3, and he's a support Enchantress. Full snap. And some Shadow Poison for your troubles. This game quickly spiraling out of control here for the side of Empire Hope. Tornado EMP whiffs. Whitelist feeling the pressure coming in through mid, and the top 3 on the net worth are all members of Khan. Cheshire Cat, Bedlam, they've got the stun. Blood right down. They'll try to get the silence. Impetus comes through, but now he's going to try and TP away. They have no way to stop this. Cheshire Cat pulls the attention of 3 heroes and is able to just run. Now Tatake will go back to the top lane. He'll continue to try and farm to get to this level 6. Love to have this rupture, and maybe that changes the game a little bit, but right now he's going for treads into the Maelstrom, so I'm not certain he's going to be moving around at all. Would love to just sit patiently and farm, but that option isn't readily available to him at the moment. I believe that is the Necro one finished. So they've got the Necro one. We'll see if it's back to the Blink Dagger here for the Beastmaster. They've got the Disruption. All of a sudden the game freezes on me, but we still get to see that kill on the Lightless. Primal Roar comes out onto the Invoker. They've got the Impetus Strikes as well as the Bedouin, but the Tornado comes through. Arrow able to survive. They've got the dust a little bit too late. Mastery ends up dead. They look over at the Dark Willow trying to run, but Cheshire Cat is here. They've got 4 heroes around for the side of Khan, but they're unable to get the lockdown and the kill there onto James. Now they're starting to turn this. They've got the Rupture out on Arrow once again. The stun comes in from the Curse Crown. They get the kill on a Pubber. Eknar gets credit for that one. They look over at Arrow once more. They need to try and get this damage out. Storm Spirit finally back alive. They've got the EMP is going to time out well here with Storm TPing in. No, it's a little bit early. They get the kill on Arrow. The ball lightning over. They look at the Shadow Demon. They've got the Electric Vortex to lock him in, but the Disruption keeps him alive for a little bit longer. Naive makes the rotation. He's also got the help of Cheshire Cat. Storm realizing he needs to lead. They'll get the kill on the Yamich, and now they'll try to exit. Eknart on the run, Naive and Cheshire Cat chasing. They've got the enchant out on a Naive, so the Rocket Barrage doesn't exactly stay on him. Somehow, I feel like Empire Hope salvaged that fight.
Stupendous.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top
Did
tower
not
is
feel
under
like he was
Dire's
gonna
structures
save.
are
They were gonna save that fight, really, and I mean it lasted long enough. And I think Khan stayed a little bit too long, where it allowed for the Storm to re-enter the fight, and they get away with getting the kill on Arrow and bumping themselves up a bit. Especially Bloodseeker now looking for this Maelstrom. He's gotten closer to the Mithril Hammer. We'll see if he picks that up first or the Javelin.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Got Dark
attack.
Willow now level 8. Yamich comes over, throws some warding down, but Yamich spotted and no reaction from the Dark Willow, now dead.
Radiant's bottom
Into the Shadow Realm, but they've got the Tornado, they have the lockdown, should be able to get the kill easily, and yes they do.
That was bad.
Meanwhile though, Mastery taking the tier 1 tower over bottom, that's a good trade for them to
Radiant's
get.
bottom tower
They finally find the tier 1 in the safe lane of the Radiant. Well, their tier 1 tower was taken out much earlier, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
from that point it seems like a little bit of space here for Tatake.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I think every time there's a patch you always find a little bit of lag in the game.
Dire's top
Fusel
tower
Blade for the
is under attack.
Gyrocopter. Bloodseeker does go into the Javelin first. Beastmaster continuing to pressure the lane. They look over towards mid. Cheshire Cat is here. They've got themselves the Cursed Crown, but do they want to chase on this? He is the tankiest hero on the Radiant side for right now, and it may not be the wisest idea to try and take him out with the potential quick rotations coming in from Khan. They've got Relocate available to just jump in on this fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Empire Hope, they smoke. Whitelist compared to the Invoker is almost 3 levels behind. Trying to get into this Kaya. Ball lightning over. They'll find the Invoker. This could be a big one. They've already dusted him up, but the Tornado comes in. They've got the Impetus as well as the damage. Do they have enough to kill off Arrow? Hoof Stomp, Double Edge comes out onto the Storm Spirit. Can he leave? No, he can't. Primal Roar through onto the Centaur as well as the Blood Right. The Cursed Crown, they'll lock him down. Do they have the damage? It looks like they do. The relocate is coming in from Naive as well as Pubber. The Rupture comes in on Naive. How long are you willing to chase? Mastery taking a lot of damage here with the Rocket Barrage as well as the Call Down coming in. They get the kill on a Pubber. Now they look over at Naive. He's trying to do as much as he can to turn this fight around and salvage it. Homing Missile comes in, hits onto the Bloodseeker, but they've got themselves the Bramble Maze. That locks him down into the Blood Right long enough. Now, Tatake runs into the Rocket Barrage. That might have not been the wisest idea. Naive, he gets low into the Shadow Realm. They'll get the kill on a Naive, and it ends up being a 4-for-2 in the favor of Empire Hope, pulling this game back and salvaging the early parts that really just did not go their way. If Tatake dies there, I think that fight is salvaged. That's fine. They would have taken out all 3 cores on the side of Empire Hope. However, getting those kills there and locking down Naive, I think if Storm survives that, feels much better. Obviously, that's a given. But to not lose Tatake where he walked back into that Rocket Barrage, and I definitely think that was a bit of a panic running away from that one. Support certainly could have handled that, and they did, of course. Throw that Shadow Realm Strike back out at the Gyrocopter, and they do work. So now this game sits about even, but you take a look over at Eknart. We've got this Blink Dagger available on the Centaur. We'll try to heal, and trying to get onto the tower, trying to leave. But the level 1 Nature's Attendants aren't going to be enough. And Naive will get the kill on Eknart as they dive him by the tier 2. No rotations coming in from the side of Empire Hope. And again, this is because they want to continue to farm with Tatake. He's very close to this Maelstrom. They need him to start to build up a repertoire here for himself. Lightless, he's got the Kaya on the way. He'll build into the BKB next. Beastmaster, meanwhile, going into a Helm of the Dominator. He's got a medallion, but it looks as though he's saving for the Blink Dagger first. I want to be able to initiate on these heroes. Blink with a Primal Roar could have been the difference there over in this fight just a moment ago. Philosopher's Stone is in, and we'll see who that's handed off to.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Okay. Mastery turns on that, but that's going to cost him his life. They relocate him for this one. He knew that they were coming. He had the Hawk down, but chose to turn. I think had he just left, he was fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
TP's in from the Radiant. They come into the Dire Outpost. Now they look for Eknart. They've got the homing missile placed on Eknart. They're going to give chase, but how far? Slowed him down with the Diffusal. They've got the Terrorize. Now Naive on the run. He's also with the Cursed Crown, but they don't want to try and counter this attack coming through from Khan just yet. Lightless continuing to farm, as is the Bloodseeker, who's into the Maelstrom, and now looking for the BKB. Storm, Tornado gets in time, and Cold Snap, but the Ball Lightning enough space, at least for now. Mastery again trying to get this Blink Dagger, but he's going to be focused once more. Homing Missile coming in. He needs to be careful walking into this one. He's looking for the Primal Roar, but they've got themselves the Rupture on a Pubber who will try to TP out. Can they get the damage out on him? The silence is there, but he's going to TP just before he ends up getting killed. Blink, Hoof Stomp, lands on 2. They take out Mastery. Now they no longer have that Primal Roar. They'll look over at Eknart. They'll get themselves a double kill, dominating here for Naive, and now they're chasing for a third. Tatake on the run, but he's hit with the Cold Snap as well as on the Ice Wall. Bramble Maze is placed down. Tatake doesn't have the damage to get any kills here, but the triple kill is out for Naive. They look for the Electric Vortex. They try to get the kill here onto the Evoker, but the Disruption is enough to save him for the moment. He finally dies to the Remnant placed down by Lightless. Bedlam, not enough damage for Naive. It's 4 kills here on the side of Khan. They look for a 5th. They look for the team wipe. They'll get it, and Lightless is gone and done and dusted. And Storm disconnects again. So a full team wipe in the favor of Khan. They're up 4,000 net worth. Take a look at the items picked up so far. roll it forward again. Just unable to do enough here. Storm desperately looking for that BKB. Buys out on the Ogre Axe. Eknart feeling ineffective. So is the Dark Willow in ways, and you know, you'd love to be able to use that Terrorize and Bedlam a little bit more effectively, but you're not playing offensively right now. You're playing defensively, and that's a big problem. Yamage showing his face. So is Naive and Pubber. They've got the rest of the team here. Do they really want to try and go for this? They'll throw down the call down. Ball lightning over. They get the kill easy on the Yamage. I'm surprised Khan didn't want to try and turn that, but maybe not, feeling like they're in the right position without their tanky hero of Cheshire Cat and their initiator with the Blink Dagger and the Hoof Stomp. So they've been winning these fights off his movements and his lockdown. And Cheshire Cat will look to initiate. Cheshire Cat coming over. Eknart spotted. Cheshire Cat holding the Blink. Blink. Hoof Stomp comes through with the EMP on Eknart. I think Empire Hope will happily give that away. As James gets the homing missile. Can they catch up to him? They do have a refusal to slow him up, so they should be able to do so. But into the Shadow Realm with the Bramble Maze placed down. Curse Ground comes out onto the Gyrocopter. A bit of lockdown here, but not going to be enough for, well, Empire to feel like they can turn this. It's Tatake continuing to farm, as is the Storm. They're both looking for BKBs, so they can't really be bothered right now giving up resources to try and move over. Blink Stampede, Rupture, Primal Roar. Now the Relocate. They need to leave this one. Relocate comes in. Naive as well as Pubber are in. Flat Cannon was activated trying to get a kill here onto these heroes that were going after the Centaur Warrunner. Arrow comes over. Being spotted lightless for a moment. They will find Eknart, and again, he'll sacrifice his life for the greater good.
Dire's top tower is
So
under
Dark
attack.
Willow has
Radiant are
effectively
scanning.
found
Dire's top tower has fallen.
the Radiance Philosopher's
Radiant's
Stone.
bottom tower is under attack.
Well, net worth bump for both supports.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm not sure that's gonna, you know, really do any good, because they don't exactly have a lot of time left. Especially with them pushing the high ground, it doesn't feel like they can get through Cheshire Cat for the moment. And he has been the great initiator here for the side of Khan. They've got themselves the Curse Crown on the Cheshire Cat, the ball lightning all the way through. Tornado EMP comes out. Damage with the impetus. Eknart now needs to turn away. We'll head into Roche to try and get this first Aegis. So meanwhile, bottom Mastery continuing to push. He's got that Blink Dagger now going into the Helm of the Dominator. He's farmed up relatively well for where he was at. Sitting top of the net worth right now for Empire Hope, as Storm's sitting in a close second, but still far away from where Naive is through, as he's got his BKB ready to rock and roll, as well as this Diffusal Blade. They smoke up on the side of Khan. They don't go after the Aegis, and now let's see if Khan can maybe put the finishing touches on this game. They're only up 5,000 net worth, so the game could change very quickly. The smoke is broken by Eknart. The Blink misses Eknart, but again, it's fine for him to eat these ganks, especially a 5-man smoke coming in while you're trying to pressure the tier 3 over bottom. Keep them occupied. Mastery is doing a good job of forcing them back, but he only gets one back as the rest of the team goes into Roche. And again, they're going to try and get this Aegis. If Yamage can successfully hold against these heroes, then yeah, that's fine. But I mean, you lose Yamage and you're potentially giving up a tier 3 tower. Aegis picked up. Again, pressure coming in on the bottom tier 3. Nobody rotating for it just yet. Mastery still sitting here, and I believe gets circled by Mastery. He's got some help with the Dark Willow, but nobody coming over just yet. Tatake down here. He's just 1,200 gold away from finishing off this BKB, and Storm just a couple hundred.
Here I am.
So Arrow picks up an Arcane Rune. He's got himself a spare vessel, only with 1 charge on it. And even Pubber rolling around, looking through towards mid. Meanwhile, again, over bottom, they're going to continue to push this creep wave. They're hoping to rat this game out a little bit, where things get tougher for the side of Khan to commit to this tier 3 tower, but they've already got the tower. Eknar and Mastery are down here with a smoke. They'll throw Eknar back, ball ending over. They're going to lose at least half this Rax, but are they going to get the tier 3 over bottom? The range Rax goes down, the tier 3 getting low. Nobody coming over from the side of Khan just yet. It looks like they're going to allow this to fall. That's because they get the kill into James, they get the kill into Eknar. They'll take out 2. They'll look for the mid set of Rax. And now finally they do the rotation, but Yamich, he's already dead. Mastery trying to TP out, and is successful in doing so. Meanwhile, back over mid, they look at the Centaur. They've got themselves the Rupture. That'll hold him close. Can they get themselves the TP stop? Yes, they can. They terrorize him. He's getting low, on the run. Rupture not enough just yet, but finally the Shadow Realm Strike comes in. Now Naive is fighting with Pubber. This could be a problem. Ramble Maze locks down this Wisp. Ball lightning over. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. All of a sudden, Empire Hope, with the movements coming in from Mastery, I mean, to break up Khan was enough to get them so singled out that they were able to get a couple kills here, as well as a tier 3 over bottom. Mastery playing this perfectly so far for the side of Empire Hope. Fortunately, it's the only lane he can do that in, as there's tier 1 still standing mid and safe lane. So certainly giving opportunity here for the side of Empire Hope to pull this game back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Orb of Destruction there for James. He'll throw it back. Has that Yule's now. Eknart. Just 3,000 net worth. Pressure through over mid. Naive and Pubber looking to finish off this Rax. And they stay forward. They've got the Aegis available on the Gyrocopter. Naive now without the tether, but they're doing a lot of damage here onto Sake. Sake needs to be careful, as he's been hit with the Diffusal, slowed up and running back past his tier 4s. Let's put the Repair Kit out on to the melee Rax, but it looks like they have the damage to take it out regardless. Now, meanwhile, again, Creeps pushing into the bottom lane over on the Radiant side. We take a look over at Mastery, who will die for his sins and doesn't get any of these buildings. Back over though. Good hook stomp. Great double edge. Tatake and James are gone. Tatake without buyback for 48 seconds. And they're still holding on to this Aegis. Just like 45 seconds longer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Take a tier 3 over towards top. Nobody here to stop them without the Bloodseeker alive for 20 more seconds. They don't have the Beastmaster to try to rat them out over bottom. The way back isn't quick for him either, and now they're going to try and Repair Kit to hold on. Look over at Eknar, easy kill. Just run right through him. Mastery has the homing missile coming in. Continue to work on this Rax. And they've got it. 12,000 net worth lead here for the side of Khan. Right now they can probably wait if they wanted to for the next Roche. Not that I think they need to. Tier 1 still sitting here bottom. They got the mid and the top set of racks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Jataki's got this BKB, and so does this Storm. The question is, can they do anything with it?
Dire's bottom tower
Eknart moves forward, immediately spotted, hit with a cold snap, overthrow the Terrorize, and that'll hit onto the Invoker, but they get the kill on Eknart. They look over at this Wisp on the side, Lightless with BKB, but he's moving away from the Storm, and I think he's got the health to survive it all. They look for the Invoker, they get the kill on Take, even though he's got that BKB pop, they'll kill off Lightless, and yeah, this is GG. Empire Hope tap out, and Khan evens the series up at 1.
Radiant
So overall, Khan pretty clean with that one. Much better than their game 1 draft and gameplay, honestly. I bring this back and showing like the team that's supposed to be the minus 360 favorite on this. But Khan, 9-2-21, Cheshire Cat the MVP in my eyes. Naive gets a lot of open space there to go 14-2-7. But Cheshire Cat, the hoof stomps landed, the lockdown that he was able to provide for the side of Khan, more than enough to help out and get this victory for them and push to a 1-1. So we'll be back in just a second. Game 3 on the way, and I'm your caster Bkop at Bkop92 on Twitter. Follow us to know when I am casting and when there's games on Beyond the Summit. We'll be back in a moment. Stay right there.